All right, guys, welcome back to TD Fans Talk. Hey, if you're anything like me, you're very excited about last night, the very first preseason game for the Miami Dolphins for the 2018-2019 NFL season. A lot to be excited and happy about, a few things to keep an eye on, but today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the Miami Dolphins in preseason game 1, okay? We're going to break it down into details from positions, specific players, the ups, the downs, what we can rely on, what we should be worried about. Before we get into all of that, I want to apologize to many of my subscribers that tuned in live last night. We did a live stream. It lasted for about 33 minutes, and the NFL decided to hit me with a copyright strike. Because I was actually, peeking the game here and there, and the audio of the game. All right. So what happened was basically they shut it down. They shut the stream down. We were having a lot of fun, a lot of Dolphin Nation. At the time, we had about 268 people on the live chat. It was pretty live. I really was enjoying it. But they shut me down. So whenever they shut me down, what that means is they gave me a strike. I'm new to this, so it's all new to me. Having that strike pretty much means that they're basically shutting off my live stream for about 3 months. So they're cutting off the live stream for about 3 months. So I'm kind of prohibited to, I'm stuck to just making, my videos instead of the live stream of the game. I have reached out to the NFL to see if they'll lift that strike. Good luck on that. TD Fans Talk, they don't want me to be competition for them, of course. So I'm not going to bank on getting that lifted. So I may have to wait 3 months before I can do live streams, but that doesn't mean I still can't do live reactions of the game, which I'll be posting. But at this time, we're going to dig right into what we saw last night. Oh, wait, one more thing. So somebody had the nerve yesterday to actually question me in the chat if whether or not I'm a real diehard Dolphin fan. They knew I was a Dolphin fan, whether or not I was a diehard Dolphin fan. Let me be clear to everyone, okay? I've never loved another NFL team. I've never liked another NFL team. Now, I've respected other NFL teams, but the Miami Dolphins are my heart and soul, okay? I wear the Miami Dolphins on my sleeve, literally, okay? If you can't see that, I wear them on my sleeve, literally, all right? So, this is my team. I ride and I die for them. So, at the end of the day, please don't question whether or not I'm a real Miami Dolphin fan. I die hard. It's in my blood. You see me wearing my shirt sometimes, I believe Dolphin blood, and I really do. All right, so with that being said, let's get right into last night, guys. Man, we finally got some football, finally. I was excited about last night. Things that I wanted to watch out for, number 1 was Ryan Tannehill. Number 2 was the tight end Mike Gesicki. Number 3 was the offensive line. And number 4, how the defense just looked overall. And last, number 5, I wanted to watch out for any standout players that we haven't really seen that we can bank on probably being something this year. All of those things actually got an answer last night. And I'm going to go through those with you, okay? First and foremost, to start the game, first team offense. We were on offense first. We started the game. Oh my gosh. We haven't had this in a long time, guys. Ryan Tannehill came back and he looked like the elite quarterback that I've been saying that he is. Ryan Tannehill looked amazing last night. His pocket presence was amazing. He was just so relaxed in the pocket. But let's be honest here. We have to credit that to the offensive line. Man, the offensive line looked like they were beasting last night. Like Tannehill, you could put a car between Tannehill and any defender just about every play of the first drive. I mean, Tannehill was back there. Let me tell you how relaxed and how calm and how much non-pressure Tannehill had. Tannehill had so much time to throw the ball. There were times where before that first drive stalled, those 2 incomplete passes before we attempted the field goal, he had so much time. He went through you could see him going through every progression. In those 2 plays, no one was open. And he had so much time that you can actually see nervousness on Tannehill. Like he's back there looking calm, looking smooth, like 1 progression, 2 progression, 3, nothing open, down low. Oh, they just closed it. then you could just see he's like, oh my gosh, I got too much time. Do I throw it away? Oh, let me try to throw the pass. To see if we can make something happen. Guys, that's how much time he had. And that's a beautiful thing. Given a full game of that, man, let me tell you guys, given a half a game in that, of that, and we'll be scared. But of course, we want the full game. But Tannehill had so much time. Shout out to the offensive line, man. You all showed up last night. I'm proud of what I saw from our offensive line, especially out of Kent with all those ups and downs we didn't know. They looked really, really good last night. I kept my eye on Tunsil. You know how a pocket will make like a half circle to protect the quarterback? They'll make like a half circle. I would keep watching Tunsil's side, and every time, if the rusher didn't go wide and they tried to bull rush, Tunsil was taking his man, and the line looked like this. It wasn't a pocket. It was just like a line. He was driving his man in a lot of cases. It was just a beauty to watch, man. Number one last night, the number one grade, the A+ goes to the offensive line, guys. Let me take it a step further, okay? Not only was the starting offensive line good, but our second and third string offensive linemen looked really good. They were giving the quarterbacks time to throw the ball all game. Our backup quarterbacks look not, we'll talk about that in a moment, but our backup quarterbacks look very good. But Tannehill, he started the game with completions. Kenny Stills, Amendola, Kenyon Drake, he was moving the ball around. I think Kenny Stills caught a 15-yard pass. It was a beauty to watch. And he got out of the pocket on one of them. He had so much time. No, actually, it wasn't that he even had time. It was a play action. The whole defense went. Tannehill rolled around on the sideline, hit his receiver. It was just beautiful, man. It was a beautiful thing to watch. And if we can get that all season, Dolphins, we're gonna have an exciting season and what I call Super Bowl bound. All right. Now, outside of that, Tannehill, nothing, no favoring of the knee or anything like that. He just looked calm in his press conference. He was just saying, you know, it's very good to just be out there. It felt really good. He's happy about what he saw from the offense. Now, mind you, one pass Tannehill threw, it was like that much overthrown, and it could have been intercepted. But I like the chance he took, and it was an incomplete pass, by the way. But I love the chance he took, man. Our offense, man, those starters look good together, guys. So we'll see. And Frank Gore didn't even play. Frank Gore didn't play, and I think it's one of those veteran rest type deals. I need to go through everybody who didn't play, but Frank Gore did not play. Kenyon Drake played majority of the first snaps. Kenyon Drake looked good. He broke off a 10-yard rush. He had 3 rushes for 16 yards, if I'm not mistaken. And see, in the stats, you can't look at stats in preseason because it's just, hey, we in one series and we out. Those guys literally played one series and they were done. They were done, all right? But again, Tannehill, beauty, man. It was beautiful to watch. Let's stick with quarterbacks for a while. Going to our backup quarterbacks, guys. That one, let me pull up what I have. That one was a little more insightful. I've been critical of our backup quarterbacks. I thought that they suck. They're trash. They have no place in the NFL. I'm not going to go that far. I'm being over dramatic. But I didn't like any of the pickups from our backup quarterbacks. But they looked good last night, guys. Our backup quarterbacks actually looked good last night. Now, mind you, I already told you the offensive line from the first team, the second team, and the third team looked so good, man. And that's why I tell people, if you got a great offensive line, you can have a mediocre quarterback and they'll look good. That ain't Tannehill. He's going to look amazing with a good line. But those other guys, they look good. The best showing, in my opinion, was David Fales. He was 8 for 11 for 115 yards. He controlled the offense. No, barely incomplete passes. He had a really, really nice game. Osweiler, though, guys, he was 10 for 21. All right. I mean, looking at Osweiler in the game, it wasn't so bad, but 10 for 21, that's some Baker Mayfield stuff that was not flashy. All right. Baker Mayfield at least was 10 for 21 with 215 yards. Osweiler 10 for 21 with 83 yards. Okay. Then you had Bryce Petty. Bryce Petty looked really good, but again, when you're getting down to the petties and stuff like that, you're talking fourth, third, and fourth string. Petty was 4 and 7 for 53 yards, but he did get a touchdown to our man Isaiah Ford, who showed up a little. We'll talk about him later. But the quarterbacks look good overall. You know, if Tannehill, see, we cannot absorb Tannehill going out for the season. We cannot absorb Tannehill going out for 3 to 4 games. But if Tannehill had this, lead to go to the locker room and come back out, I think David Fales is looking better than Brock Osweiler. So I'm always going off the eye test. Even if people say Osweiler is the backup, I'm going to say, hey, David Fales probably earned that number 2 spot on the depth chart. We'll see when it comes out. But I feel comfortable about him coming in because he didn't look nervous. He was throwing that ball. He was hitting his targets. And that's what you ask for. Is he elite? I mean, I never say no to whether certain people are elite because you don't know, because you don't get him in a situation with the starters. So we don't know, but he looked very comfortable, guys. So we should be very happy about that, that we have something solid to come in to give a few drives if we need it. Now, as far as a game, maybe if he has to stay, if Tannehill's out a game or two, maybe I don't like that. It makes me cringe, depending on them. But, at least I think the quarterback showed that they can be solid, regardless of what team they were playing against. So that's a huge plus, guys. Moving right along, guys. Let's go to the rushing, guys. Kenyon Drake look good. We already know what time it is whenever it comes to the running backs. We know that Frank Gore and Kenyon Drake, they're both starters. They're going to be the workhorses. Kenyon Drake is the youth. That's why Frank Gore didn't play last night. Why waste it? We already know what he can do. He's done it his entire career, which is a Hall of Fame career, guys. So Kenyon Drake came and he showed up and he showed out. I know it was only 3 carries for 16 yards, but the way it happened, it looked really good. It looked really nice. It looked like we're going to be moving the chains. That brings me back to that first drive again. We moved those chains. We got it down there, guys. Now, a penalty kind of set us back, but we still pushed the ball. And we couldn't get it done at the end of the day, but hey, that happens to many teams in the NFL. But Kenyon Drake did what he had to do. Highlight of the night, in my opinion, okay? Balaj, okay? Balaj looked really good, okay? He had 10 rushes for 37 yards. I know that's 3.7. It doesn't stand out like phenomenal, especially since his longest rush was like 14 yards. So that gives him like 9 for 23. 9 for 23, which is about 2.3 or something like that per. It didn't stand out or look like it was just the biggest thing ever. But I tell you guys, he looked really nice last night. Running the ball between the tackles, he showed a lot of niftiness. Because, sometimes rushing can be a little skewed when it comes to numbers. Because sometimes you get that ball and you got a defender in your face and you plow along just to get to the line of scrimmage. And that was a win. So I don't look at it as, oh, he wasn't explosive. There were some explosive plays. But most of his explosiveness, in my opinion, came as a receiver. Balaj had, let me look up the stats on Balaj had 3 catches for 23 yards. His longest was a 10-yard catch, meaning the other 2 was 13 yards, average about 6.5. When he catches that ball out of the backfield, he looks really good and comfortable. So that's good to have a back that can come out of the backfield and catch the ball. The reason why that's important is we're going to need that third option. I know we just actually picked up another running back who is really good, solid, solidified in the NFL as far as a solid rusher. Oh, my shirt a little bit up. All right. But this is good to see because we know Frank Gore and Drake are going to get the carries. But you know how the Dolphins love to put that third back in here and there. And that's a good thing. It spares both players. And Balaj looks like he might be just tearing it up to earn that spot. And hopefully I'm saying it right. Balaj or Balahi. People say it different. But Balaj, I'm going to go with. But he looks like he's locking that position in. And I love it. Other running backs, Radcliffe, 1 for 3. Didn't look very good. Howell, 4 for 25. Looked actually very decent. But again, once you get to that level, you're talking about third string. So it's hard to gauge. I don't want, see, that's what I hate. I hate knocking these players, discounting their numbers. But hey, let's be honest, guys. When you're going up against a third string, it is what it is. But that's a beautiful thing to be balling with the third string, showing that, hey, I'm more elite than all these guys, and I at least belong in that second string area. That's a good thing for the Dolphins because Howell and Perry, man, Perry looked really good, guys. Perry was actually having some flashes last night. So between Howell and Perry, I don't think they're gonna. Both of them are gonna make the roster. I don't know. I don't think both will make the roster. But here's what it does. It does solidify practice squad too. It gives our defense valuable and credible talent to go up against in practice on any level. And that's what it's about. The shocking thing is, the Dolphins, you don't understand. If you look at the roster, our depth, the quarterback showed me that we have a little bit of depth there at least, and not depth like starting depth, but backup depth. Running backs, we have depth. The new running back that just came in, and I want to get more information on him, but it was a huge pickup. I know a little about him, but I want to actually study him. I love studying individual players. But the new running back, Frank Gore, Kenyon Drake, Balaj is probably going to be vital. Perry to have on the roster. Again, I don't think he's going to make the roster, but practice squad, this makes the team better. Competition all day, every day, regardless of who's sitting out of practice or hurt. We have depth at the rushing position, all right? Let's move along to wide receiver. Guys, let me count this. I know it's preseason and a lot of people catch balls, but 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 people caught a ball last night, guys. The ball was spread out, and that's an indication of how our offense is going to be, okay? I know it's preseason. We put all kind of players in, but there are a lot of good little flashes. But what I love the most is just the simple fact that certain players like Balaj, it's crazy how to pronounce his name, Balaj, and Drake, they also catching balls out of the backfield. But some of the standouts, guys, Owusu, he caught some balls, 4 for 82. Again, third string, but once again, that adds depth even if it's only on the practice squad. I don't think he's not going to make the roster. Guys, we're loaded at receiver. But that was huge. Albert Wilson, 2 for 31, 2 catches. 16-yard was his longest, so that means the other one was 15 yards. He's going to be that threat, guys. I can see that being one of Tannehill's favorite targets, sparing the other guys. And he's going to be running those comeback routes, going deep and coming back and catching the ball out of bounds. He's going to be doing that all day, I think. And he didn't start. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think he started based off of what I saw on the field. He was with the second group. But I keep telling people that's what Albert Wilson's going to be. Albert Wilson's going to be the guy who steps in when Amendola goes out. Albert Wilson goes in. When Kenny Steele goes out, Albert Wilson goes in. Devontae Parker goes out. Albert Wilson goes in. That reminds me, guys. Did Devontae Parker play last night? Wow. Between last night and now, I haven't even said his name once. Not even during the game. I wasn't even curious on whether or not he played. That's not good. That's not a good sign. Not for me, but for him. We looked so good last night, man. I didn't even think about Devontae Parker. Maybe he did play and just didn't get targeted, or maybe he didn't play. I'll have to look that up, guys. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to look that up. But guys, Kenny Stills looked amazing last night. Let's see here. Let me see. Yeah, Kenny Steele looked amazing, guys. Kenny Steele was catching the balls. You can tell that that's going to be the favorite target this year, Kenny Stills. And sorry, guys, I'm just looking up who didn't play last night. Injuries, no. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'll let y'all know later. But Kenny Stills looked amazing. Danny Amendola, it didn't look amazing, but he caught a ball. I mean, he wasn't a highlight or anything last night. He got targeted a few times, and they were incomplete passes. But Kenny Steele is definitely proving that he's going to be the #1 target. We'll see what's going on with Devontae Parker. I don't recall him even getting the ball thrown his way last night. If he played, that's making me feel like he didn't play. And that's sad that I don't even remember if he did or not. I know Frank Gore didn't play. I mean, they were showing him on the sideline. But outside of that, guys, the receivers, same thing as the running back. We have so much depth at the position, guys. 14 people caught a ball. Albert Wilson looked good. Owusu looked good. But, hey, that was with the third string. Isaiah Ford. Isaiah Ford found his way in the end zone for a touchdown. Very next play, got the 2-point conversion. Isaiah Ford, we've all been talking about him, guys. It's gonna be interesting. I'm very interested on how many receivers we're gonna carry, but I'm kind of under the impression that Devontae Parker, Kenny Stills, Danny Amendola, Albert Wilson, Isaiah Ford will make the roster, and I don't even think I said. Let me go back. Danny Amendola, Kenny Stills, Albert Wilson, Devontae Parker. Who am I missing? Yeah, pretty much. I think Isaiah Ford will probably make the roster. Owusu might even make the roster, guys. It's gonna be interesting to see who all makes the roster. Perry, we'll see. He looked good last night. So it just depends, guys. I know a lot of these guys just gonna have to be on a practice squad. 14 people caught a ball. About 3 of them are running back. So we have a lot of depth at receiver as well. It's just good to see that we have the depth that we need. But again, this all goes back to our highlight of the night, the offensive line, guys. It looked beautiful. And now I'm remembering in the back of my head, Balaj, he caught one. He caught one pass or ran the ball. He jumped over a defender. I mean, he looked so good last night. He jumped over a defender, but he fumbled when he jumped over. Now, that fumble wasn't even from contact, so I'm not even tripping. It's just one of those things he needed to secure the ball. He just got ahead of himself. He was excited. Ball plooped out, but it looked beautiful, man. This team is loaded with talent, and that's what's scary. And they're still not going to give us the recognition. All they're going to see is the loss, okay? They're going to see the loss last night, and that's going to weigh in the power rankings, and they'll probably disrespect us again. Before preseason is over, they'll probably have us number 33 in the league, and there's only 32 teams. That's how the media does the Miami Dolphins. But outside of that, guys, biggest topic on offense outside of offensive line. And I don't want anyone to be worried, okay? There's one person's name that I haven't mentioned yet. Well, a few people on offense. 2 people's name I'm going to talk about, okay? Because I don't want you all to get alarmed or worried. We know what position the Dolphins have struggled for years in on the offense, and that's been tight end. And a lot of people, as well as myself, we are riding on Gesicki to be that big time guy for us, okay? If you look at the stats, you will not find his name. Only if you watch the game, which many didn't around the world, all us Dolphin fans. If you're out of market, you didn't watch the game, but all the people back in Miami, they watched it. But you would think that, oh man, our tight end is nothing. No, sir. Gesicki looked good last night, guys. Let me break it down why. First of all, our offensive line looked amazing. When he's on that O-line blocking, he's a part of the offensive line, so that's a part of it. I didn't see any moments where, no one really beat anybody to get to Tannehill. So with that being said, enough said. But I will say this. He played first team, second team offense, but yeah, he played a lot of second team. He got targeted. It was 2 amazing targets that went his way. One was in the end zone. The ball was terribly thrown. Not by Tannehill. One of the backups. I don't remember which one, okay? Ball was terribly thrown, guys. He still went up. It looked like he jumped 9 feet in the air with one hand. Got his hand on it, but couldn't secure it. It was just too high. I was shocked he got up that high. It just looked like he was about to make the one-handed catch of the year, falling out of bounds. He would have been out of bounds anyway had he brought it down. But it looked amazing. If the ball was where it needed to be, this guy wants that ball, he goes and get it. So that was a win for me. It was an incomplete pass that showed me it was a win. Because Tannehill throwing that ball, I don't think it ends up the same way. Another play, going towards the sideline, same thing. Just badly thrown. I think it was low towards the feet. Wasn't even close. I think he got targeted 2 or 3 times, and every single one of them, he looked good. He looked like he was in a good position. Just bad throws. Bad throws. So we can't put that on him. I don't think Tannehill really targeted him, so it was a lot of the backups that gave him targets. So I don't want you all to be alarmed that, hey, Gesicki, where was he last night? That's where he was, balling. The type of balling that doesn't show on the stat sheet though. Now Duarte, the other tight end, he had some good flashes. He ran two different plays where, you know how a tight end's on the line, they say hut, they don't go out, they just flare out. He did 2 of those that were real nice. He caught both of them. He made it count as well. So I like Duarte, what he did at tight end last night as well. That also, it reminds me of Kenyon Drake. Lord, man, this guy has burners. Twice last night, he burnt his guy and kind of had to slow down the weight on the ball. Not Tannehill. Once again, not Tannehill. One of them I think was Tannehill, but it was a pass interference call. I think that was Tannehill. It was a pass interference call because he went backwards, still caught the ball. I thought it was impossible to catch it. He still caught the ball but landed out of bounds, but it was a pass interference and still caught the ball. Kenyon Drake looks amazing catching that ball, guys. Gosh, if anything, man, Kenyon Drake needs to start in that slot, but we'll see what they do. But yeah, I mean, honestly, if Gore's in the backfield, Kenyon Drake's more talented in the slot than any of the rest of those guys, in my opinion. Some of y'all may disagree. It is what it is. But Kenyon Drake looked good on that. But that's the offense in a nutshell, guys. Offense, if I was to give him a grade last night, I'd give him a B. Not a B plus, not a B minus, I give him a B, okay? Because I don't like that our first drive stalled. As far as the reserve players, second and third string, they look nice as well. The quarterbacks look good. A lot of people catching balls, a lot of great runs last night. Showed great flashes, shows that we have depth. It was very promising. It was nothing to hang your hat or be sad or worried about. Penalties weren't massive last night. I'm not sure. Penalties, I'm not sure. I mean, I know we had, like, I can recall 2 or 3 in the whole night, and I'm sure it was more. That's all I can recall, though. But third downs is still something we need to work on throughout the whole game. We're about 17% third down. It's just not going to get it done. 1 out of 6, it's not going to get it done, guys. Third down, we have to get it done every time. In Tampa, they were 46% third down, so that was pretty damn good. Now, on the other side of the ball, defense, okay? I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure whether or not we should be concerned or not. Guys, when it comes to defense, guys, I'm disappointed. We didn't look good. Defense did not look good at all. I'm kind of starting to get my mood's changing just talking about it now. The defense did not look good, guys. I know Rashad Jones, he didn't play. Cameron Wake, he couldn't play. I didn't see him at all. Cameron Wake didn't play. We got ate up. We got ate up. They were moving the ball at will. The best part of our defense was the third string, not the fourth string, because you got to realize there's four. It goes 4 deep when you got 90-some people on your roster. Our third string defense was stomping the run a lot and getting at the quarterback, and then at the end, the fourth string in there, they were just stinking it up. They came back and won the game, but our starting defense did not look good at all. Jerome Baker, I think he looked really good. Our linebackers showed moments, but we got ate up. They were just moving the ball too much. It was nothing for me to be like, yeah, other than some hard hits, but they were completions. Yeah, you hit them hard afterwards. Don't get up celebrating. They got the completion. I was not impressed. Listen, I don't know how to get too deep into it. It's like I don't even want to get, as far as detailed, tell you about it. But they've been dominating every day in practice, and that's why I don't understand what happened last night. I know game 2 of preseason should be a whole lot different because they'll probably do, if I'm not mistaken, they should do like 2 or 3 reps or whatever. And preseason game 3, I think they played at halftime, and then that's it. But next preseason game should tell us a lot more. We need some answers on this defense to know what's going on. I know we forced a fumble later in the game, but I'm not even concerned about. See, the thing about defense, it's not a lot of first team, second team. It don't get past that in a real game situation. You don't really see third team defenders out there. Okay, I know we have a lot of depth on the D line, and I saw some good flashes and stuff last night. But I just gotta be honest with you, it's nothing that I can sit here and just report and be like this person, that person. I mean, Minkah Fitzpatrick was flying around, but I didn't see like spectacularness out of him. Now, don't get me wrong, I was looking for him. So a lot of times when the ball went far on that end, he was on the other side of the field. When it wasn't him in the play. But I can tell you, if I'm not mistaken, that first touchdown they got, first or second, they ran it in. Minkah, he got to react sooner. I know he's playing spy. It was almost like he was the safety that were in the red zone like 6 yards ago, or 4 yards or something like that. And he's playing safety, but everybody's up. So it's almost like he's that outside linebacker in a way, in some sense. So the wide receiver is covered by the corner, but Fitzpatrick is out there by himself. The running back running the opposite side of the field, but he cuts back in the hole that Fitzpatrick, in my opinion, he has to react sooner. If the play is going that way, at least shift your body and start moving that way. He stayed contained, disciplined where he was, but if he would have just started drifting that way, when the guy cut back, he would have been right in his face, and they could have, he could have possibly made a huge play. But hey, who am I? These are just observations that I see. But it is first preseason game. We got rookies out there and things like that. We'll see how that transform in the second game. All those jitters out. They got some real NFL game time situation and feel. So we'll see how that goes, guys. Outside of that, special teams, man, the kickers, man, they better get some. They better get their act together. They missing field goals. Listen, I mean, we start making some, but still, we need us a solidified kicker that we can say we're money. 50-plus yarders, up to 55, we're money. We're good. We are good. Get it to the 42-yard line every time. We are good. That's what we need, especially like that first drive with that stall out. That would have been huge to at least get some points. So we need to figure some things out on special teams, guys. Outside of that, good game overall. Good job to Coach Gase and his staff. I think they had the team ready, but defense, man, we gotta. Hopefully, this is just one of those moments, you know. And of course, they only played probably one series, but they got scored on, man. They got scored on in that first series, a touchdown. So, and again, Cam Wake bringing that pressure out the edge wasn't there. Rashad Jones, the secondary just looked boo-boo last night. They looked trash. So hopefully it has something to do with those two guys not being where they needed to be. But even if they were where they needed to be, there was still some signs of things that need to get better, guys. I mean, no big plays by McMillan and all. I mean, it just I didn't see nothing to be flashy about, nothing to be excited about, guys. But last night, guys, that's what you need to know about the first preseason game. Again, number one, offensive line. You should be very proud if they keep this up. You're gonna be happy Dolphin fans this year, all right? I'm gonna be very happy because Tannehill is probably gonna have that 4,500 plus yard season, and I'm picking 5,000, guys. 5,000 yards for Tannehill this year. If the offensive line plays like it did that first series last night all year, Tannehill's gonna be a Pro Bowler, guys. I'm telling you. You heard it here first, all right? Tannehill just looked good and smooth. That's how you want your quarterback to look coming back. You want him looking like that coming back from an injury like that, man. It was amazing. It was beautiful to watch. All right, but again, let me go back to apologizing to all my subscribers about the whole live stream situation. They gave me a strike for even peeking the game to you all. So I told you last night I did it for y'all, but I'll ride this out. They say I won't have my live stream back until November the 7th. That's a long time, but I will be still giving my reactions in my videos. Thanks for tuning in to TD Fans Talk. Coming soon. Get ready for that fantasy football. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Let your friends and family members know about the channel. Let's build a channel. We're almost at 400. Hopefully we can be there before the end of next week, so that we can continue to grow this channel. Also, people were asking me in the live chat if I had a donation link to support the channel. I never thought about it or cared to, so I didn't have a donation link. But now I do have a donation link, but it's not even so much to support this channel. I'm good. I can take care of this channel and do what I need to do. I'm actually learning all the software and all this and that, all the new stuff, so that I can make it better and better. So, but I did put up a link because something is dear to me. I am going to be starting me a foundation to help youth, male youth in urban communities. Basically have mentorship and help them stay out of trouble. Make sure that they're not a part of the things just like what's going on up in Chicago right now. Just don't want them to be falling into that type of situation in life. So if you want to support that cause, you can go to my homepage of my channel, and on the banner you'll see support. You'll see it listed on there. It says foundation what does it say? It says basically, I know at the end it says foundation, so you know what I'm talking about. But it says support the channel dash foundation. That's what it says. And I put both of them there so you know where it is. So just go to the homepage if you want to support. If not, just continue to enjoy TD Fins Talk. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, that's what you need to know about Game 1 of the Miami Dolphins. I'm excited, guys. Peace. I'll see y'all later.